Coming up on the CHGO Cubs podcast, presented by Toyota and Bet365. Break out the beer bat. PCA's breakout season in full swing. The Cubs bring the big lumber for their division opener against the Pirates. And Carson Kelly for Cooperstown. Delulu next. Hey, Chicago, what do you say? This is the CHGO Cubs podcast, driven by Toyota. Let's go places and Bet365. Whatever the moment, it's never ordinary. Use the code CHGO365 at sign up. Cubs win 9-0 in their first division game of the season with a new look lineup. Luke Stuckmeyer, Cody Del Mendo with you. Hi to everybody in the live YouTube chat. Appreciate all of you there, especially those of you in the new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and like that if you haven't checked it out yet. Like. And Sarah's running the 1s and 2s, so if you don't, she'll be monitoring that. She's in charge of monitoring that. Big win for the Cubs, 9-0. We're going to talk about how the offense had been dormant a little bit for the last couple of games against the Phillies. The Cubs had lost back-to-back games in a series for the first time since they had gone to Japan and lost those first 2 games to the Dodgers, and they bounced back with a big win against the Bucks. It didn't start out that way. We'll talk about a deep sigh of relief for Shota's injury. PCA breakout season seems to be on the way. Carson Kelly, I don't even know what to say about him anymore. Where were you for this Carson Kelly season?
Or as our pal Alex Cohen is calling the spring. Next time we have him on, I'm going to ask him, hey, where'd you get the spring of Carson Kelly?
Where'd you get that idea?
Where'd you get that from, Alex?
Credit due, please.
Anyway, yeah, the offense tonight, I mean, that's obviously the story, right, Luke? Like,
yeah.
I mean,
yes.
It's good to see that, on Saturday, they ended up scoring like 4 or 5 runs, but they averaged like 3 runs a game over the weekend. Yeah.
And right away, give him credit. I don't like to just throw credit around, but they'd scored 3 runs a game, and Craig Counsell came out and gave the fans kind of what they wanted and what we've kind of been saying. Dansby needs to move down the lineup because he'd been hitting $170 with runners in scoring position, had 4 solo homers, and he changed the lineup. He put Bush at cleanup. Mm-hmm. Right? And so we're thinking, let's see what happens.
Right.
They responded with 9 runs and 4 homers.
Yeah, that's something that's like good to see. But what I was getting at is, Friday they won 4-0. Pitching was awesome. You scored enough runs. Saturday, kind of a blowout. You throw it in the Lake Michigan game. Mm-hmm. And then Sunday, I think everyone was pretty angry Sunday night.
Yeah.
Because you felt like you had a good chance to win. You didn't win. Whatever. Your offense had 3 hits. To come off the off day and respond with 9 runs. I don't care if it is the Pirates and they're 11 and now 19. The one thing the Pirates do have is good starting pitching. And coming into this game, Andrew Heaney had been doing it pretty well.
Yeah.
And he was rolling through 3 innings. And then the Cubs, figured him out in the middle innings. And they didn't just get a few runs. I mean, they hit a couple homers, and then they just piled it on as the game went along. Pirates bullpen, people want to talk about the Cubs bullpen being a mess. Looks like the Pirates got some problems out there too. So, if you like homers, you like offense, this was the game. And for me, my big takeaway is just good to see the offense have a good offense game, because it was a couple games where I felt like the offense was starting to give me vibes of last season. So good to see your breakout superstar type player. I'm just going to keep calling him that because he's basically playing like one. PCA doing what he does. Carson Kelly. I mean, whatever he is drinking, man, just keep drinking it.
Well, he's batting. Who had Carson Kelly batting cleanup in the first division game of the year and getting 3 hits with 3 RBI?
Right.
And what does he have? 6 home runs now?
6 homers, yeah.
Oh,
Then Seiya Suzuki's got 7 homers on the season now. I mean, the Vegas markets had his season total at 19.5. He's over halfway there. Like it's the offense is rolling like it has been, and the big thing to me that we're seeing this year that we haven't seen the last couple of years with this offense is guys are hitting the ball over the fence.
They sure are.
And you had some other plays in the game too, like Tucker had the RBI single after Hap got on base for the 42nd straight game at PNC Park, I think with a double, right? And then Carson Kelly had a single late in the game too to get an RBI. So it was just they did it all tonight. They hit the ball over the park, out of the park. They got big hits, whether the score was up or not. Like some teams, they only know how to score via the home run. Other teams know how to do both, and whether it's a blowout or not, you like to see the offense put up games like this. And I think JD said it during the game, and Jed said this last year, before last season, and we've emphasized it a lot. But good teams blow teams out, and that's
especially the bad ones,
right? And that's been the story of the Cubs this year. Is that we haven't sat here and talked a lot about games that have come down to the bullpen blowing in the 8th or 9th inning or this or that, because they're scoring a lot of runs and they're putting themselves in position to where their bullpen isn't in some high leverage spot every single day. So when you score runs, you have room for error. And thankfully tonight there was no error from the pitching because you didn't allow any runs. A shutout.
No.
So that has been one of the cool things that I've enjoyed about this season so far, is that we just haven't had to sit here with anxiety every single night. So this is another one you can chalk up into this team bangs folder, and we ride high into tomorrow feeling pretty good after a couple days where I'm like, can we get a win?
I tweeted out, I tried to tell you guys in March that PCA and Carson Kelly would have 13 home runs in the month of April.
You told everyone.
I told everybody that would listen. I did say PCA was going to have a breakout season, and so far, hey, it's a month in, but I don't know that I thought a breakout season was coming, but I wasn't sure if power was going to be part of it. I think I thought to myself at the start of the season or in the offseason, I wish I could go back to the off-season shows, or if somebody wants to go look at it, dig them up. But we talked about his home run potential, and I don't remember what the projections had his home run total. Was it like 10?
Yeah, 10.
10, right?
10.
And so I was saying, I think there's a place where he could exceed projections based on how the end of the season finished up for him last year. Now, I didn't have him hitting, honestly, I didn't have him hitting 6 or 7 in April. But it sure is a good start, and it sure looks like he's going to exceed projections all over the place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So far this year. But we'll see how it goes. I don't want to get overexcited. I didn't even bring the reality spray over here tonight because I just want to enjoy this one.
His updated stats, I don't know what his WAR is at, but 137 WRC plus with a slash line of 286, 328, and 527 slugging percentage.
I mean, if that were to continue, he's going to end up like a 7 WAR player.
And he's going to hit 30 plus bombs.
Yeah. and he's going to be in the MVP race.
Yeah.
He's going to be in the MVP race. I saw Niren, who usually Niren doesn't like to get out over his skis on this team, in our live YouTube chat, one of our loyal viewers and listeners, and he said MVPCA.
Yeah. Plus 8,000 on Bet365 today.
Still 8,000, huh?
Plus 8,000. $1 wins you $80. I think that's how that works. Yeah.
Might be worth a couple bucks.
Couple bucks, yeah.
You never know.
Kyle Tucker's pretty high up there as a favorite, though. But you arguably have 2 MVP caliber players on your team right now. So,
yeah.
That
hopefully are both part of the future moving forward.
Right. And I'm still holding back from making any declarations, but I'm enjoying the ride, Luke Stuckmeyer. I'm enjoying the ride.
I know you are, and the beer bat chug will be coming. I mean, if anybody's having a better season than Kyle Tucker or PCA, it's Cody Del Mendo with his beer bat chugs. Only one has not been a quality beer bat chug, and in fact, we may have to lower the time that is expected for. It was 10.25 for a quality beer bat chug. We might have to drop that down to like 9.25 because it's becoming just too easy. Near now saying, let's sweep these clowns. Sean Caselli, 7 WAR to be a 10+ WAR. Listen, don't let math get in the way of this.
Yeah,
I don't math, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I just predicted that he could be a 6+ WAR player this year.
First video we put out on the new YouTube channel.
On the new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel, which is why you should go there, give it a like, and subscribe to it.
Yeah.
Plus, that's where the chat hangs out. Yeah. Anyways, this was a really, really good win. Yeah, you get 4th inning Carson Kelly, his 7th home run, then PCA in the 5th with a 2-run run. What I liked about the 2-run homer that PCA hit,
it was a nuke.
It was a nuke, but it was off a lefty.
Oh, yeah.
That's the other thing I like about it, because he had troubles with lefties real early in his career, and it's good to see him not just hit a homer off a lefty, but as you mentioned, nuclear.
Yeah. My favorite part, for sure, is after he hit it, the bat drop. The bat drop just
I don't know
electric.
If it was you or our boss Jake that said it, but that swing and that bat drop did look, I wish this reality spray were here, did look Griffey-esque.
That sounds like something Jake would have said.
I think Jake said it, but when I watched the replay, I was like, that does look like Griffey. I don't want to do the side by side. I don't want to be called a homer. Yeah. I don't want to be called delusional. But when I looked at it, I could picture Griffey in that swing.
Yeah. Put the hat on backwards and let's find out. You know what I mean?
Whose home run thing do you like the best? Do you like PCA's kind of the crowd, the ear to the? Do you like Ian Happ's
little like tip
hat thing? Yeah,
yeah. When he touches home plate,
I heard him on the Score talking about how that he told Kyle Tucker why he does it. There's a reason behind it that he won't share, and Tucker now when he hits a home run with Hap on base, gets to home plate, and now he does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
He does it for him. So It's like, it's his way of being like, and you were on base.
Yeah. Speaking of Kyle Tucker, I do enjoy a good Kyle Tucker bat flip that we've gotten to enjoy a little bit this year. He was robbed of probably a double or a triple in this game from O'Neal Cruz. Came up the next play appearance and hit and drove Hap in, RBI single. What's the reason I say this is because Kyle Tucker didn't like have an insane game or anything.
Right.
And you scored 9 runs. Hey, drove in a run, but you scored 9 runs and it really didn't have a lot to do with Kyle Tucker. And I think a lot of fans go in the offseason and the anxiety because of his situation and just everything that's happened the last couple of years, it's like people kind of just assume it's like if Kyle Tucker doesn't do something, this offense isn't that good, and that just has not been the case here in 2025. And we've been talking about them all, like whether it's Carson Kelly, whether it's PCA, whether it's Seiya Suzuki, Nico Horner I think he had a walk and a double tonight too. So you're just getting contributions all across the lineup, man, and it's fun, and you need that. It can't just be a one-man lineup. I feel like the Yankees, before this year at least, it felt like it was always Aaron Judge or bust for them.
Yeah.
With a mixture of Juan Soto last year. But, yeah, I just feel like this lineup is very balanced.
Right before we go to break, we've got a Toyota Super Chat from our guy, Greg, should be the owner of the Brewers Brags. And he says, get out the spray.
For you.
For me. and then it was followed up with Craig Brindle saying, I love PCA, but let's cool the Jets with the Griffey Jr. talk. I didn't say he was Griffey or he was going to be Griffey. I said the swing looked like Griffey in that one particular swing. Go back and look at it.
Okay.
Go back and look at it. You'll see a little Griffey in the swing. Steven with a Toyota Super Chat for $5 says, Horton will be called up soon, but how fun will it be if Ballesteros gets called up as well? We've got some down on the farm news, too. That was good news. We appreciate it. And Braggs wanted that spray, but we've decided I can't be sprayed because my computer's too old and there can't be any moisture.
That's your decision, not mine.
Well, and I'm in charge of the spray.
Anyway. I'm going to take the reality spray to Milwaukee, and we're just going to find a way to. Someone's getting sprayed.
I'm hoping that the folks at Potawatomi Casino will allow me to bring my reality spray into the casino with me.
Would you argue that Brendan Miller needs some reality spray when he said that PCA
the most exciting young player he's ever seen? The most
exciting young player he's ever seen. Out of all the players we've seen, he's the most exciting. Swing looked
like Griffey, but I never said he was the most exciting player I've ever seen. All right, we'll get to more of the delusional takes in just a second, but first, a word from our sponsors. Just like your favorite team needs a home court, home field, home ice advantage, your home needs a home floor advantage, and Empire Today can help you get it. Empire Today has flooring experts, dedicated flooring professionals who focus on flooring every single day. You go to the big box store, you go ahead, but it's a risk because you wander endlessly through those aisles, staring at the neon lights, and the guy helping you might know what he's talking about. He also might have been installing sinks or toilets and selling that yesterday. He might have been selling sod the day before that, restocking the light bulbs. Those big box stores, you get what you pay for there. So why is Empire Today the best bet for new flooring? Well, they live and breathe flooring. It's all they do. You pick the right flooring and the right colors for your space. See how it looks with your furniture in your house. They got a great thing with their flooring experts in the showroom. Get precise measurements taken and have all your questions answered. No surprises. Empire Today gets clear, upfront, and all-inclusive pricing. Plus, you can schedule that installation as soon as the next day. So, schedule a free in-home estimate today because some things are just better at home. CHGO listeners can receive $350 off when using the promo code CHGO. You heard me right, a $350 discount. All you have to do is enter our 4 letters, CHGO. Restrictions apply. Visit empiretoday.com/CHGO for details. If you've ever tried to buy a home, get a loan, or just deal with money stuff in general, it can be a lot. It's super stressful. That's why we have to tell you about the Rate app, and it's seriously a game changer. You can get pre-approved for a mortgage in minutes without the need to jump through a million hoops. And if you're thinking about a home equity loan or a personal loan, you can secure one in under 15 days. The Rate app can also help you find the best homeowners and auto insurance based on what you actually need. The whole thing's powered by AI, so it's smart and it saves you time and money. Something that's unexpected, a little bonus here. They've added over 800 free wellness videos, stuff like meditation, breathing exercises, stretching, basically tools to help you feel better mentally and physically. So if you're stressed out about trying to get a loan or your mortgage, seriously, let the Rate app handle it. Once that's covered, then you go hit one of their free wellness videos to chill out. It's one app that helps you with both your wallet and your well-being. Download the Rate app today to get started. Cubs win 9-0. You want to feel good? Little wellness? Watch some Cubs baseball right now. 9-0 will make you feel better. You know what else will make you feel better? After a win, a beer bat chug of under 10.25 seconds.
Beer out of a plastic bat. That will make you feel better.
A Sam Adams American Light beer bat chug.
Sam Adams American Light.
And a dedication, of course. Are the people, yes, the live YouTube chat is up and running. Craig Brindle's predicting 9.69.
Nice.
Godfather's back with a 10.1.
10.1.
Quality. Yeah, Becky says 9.9 would also be quality. Isaac, 8.94.
Okay.
So a lot of people thinking that 9.3. Barb says 9.3 and a plate of turkey meatballs for the dogs next door, probably.
Sure. Okay. Dedication. I don't know who. Carson
Vanilla
Kelly.
Chill, 959. Sean
Carson
Castelli,
Kelly.
6'9".
How about the 3-4 hitters? Because what? Seiya and Carson Kelly combined to go what? Like 6 or 7 for 10, something like that.
Yeah.
I think Seiya Suzuki and Carson Kelly deserve this. And I guess I should throw in PCA. It's hard. You win 9-0. There's a lot of reasons why.
A lot of people in the chat think 6.9. Matthew Gregory, 9.22. Sydney, 9.87. Barb gave those dogs next door some ice cream today instead of turkey meatballs.
Nice. All right, are we ready, folks?
Here we go. Well, let me get my stopwatch ready. So we have 2 official stopwatches on this. I've got my clock open. I've got the stopwatch ready. When the beer hits his lips, the Sam Adams American Light hits the lips, we begin the chat. Here we go. The chug is underway, and we're underway. Cody Delmendo, after a 9-0 Cubs win and 4 home runs, the beer bat chug is halfway gone. He's only 6 seconds in. Will it be a quality beer bat chug? Oh, the tip and the tilt.
I got 10:01.
I had 10.89, but I know my finger was slow.
I feel like I was pretty
It's definitely a quality beer bat
I
chug.
give that 10
It was the
seconds.
last tip. He was real close.
Ah, man. Well, I had a couple of days off because the Cubs had to go
back-to-back
on a 2-game losing
losses.
streak,
Nick says PCA won him money.
Hell yeah, man. Shout out Kyle Tucker and Ian Happ. They won me money tonight. And I did have a 2-leg parlay, a Shota Imanaga 2-leg parlay, under 2.5 earned runs, but I had strikeouts, and he only had 3, and the line was 5.5. So I didn't win my parlay. But
Now, had you dedicated that Sam Adams American Light beer bat chug to PCA the next Ken Griffey Jr., then I would have hit you with the water. Then I would have hit you with the spray. Yeah, it was a quality chug. It was under 10.25.
All right.
It was under 10.25. But if we were to adjust it, then it was right on the border.
To our pal who runs the Twitter account, you know the deal, man.
Yeah, he seems to think I'm going to do it. And I said, I will not be peer pressured by your beer
I just
bat
think
chug friends.
I just think it would be great content. I think the chat, the entire show, we have 183 people watching.
Listen, if
they would
people-
love to see you do one.
If people want to see me try and eat a do-right donut faster than you can chug the beer, that's something I might be into.
That honestly, that would be good.
I couldn't. A half a donut, I definitely could do it.
Or maybe not even. I guess for me, I would.
What about a crispy treat?
Like a Rice Krispie?
Yeah, but then if I choke and die on the air, that's not a good thing.
Maybe not chug
for anybody.
It. Maybe you don't have to chug it, but just I think it would be fun to watch you drink out of a beer bat.
You don't know what's in this cup.
Anyway, Cubs 18-12, and we were vibing, man.
Sam Adams American Light. All right, so this almost was the game that the Cubs hit 4 home runs, and we said, but it was a costly win. Mm-hmm. And we would have circled it on the old calendar of fate and said, this was a disaster. A game against the Pirates, you win, and Shota gets hurt. Luckily, Shota leaves, no outs in the 6th inning. I saw him grab above the knee, and I thought, please, no quad. Then I saw the replay after they went back for the 4th time, and I saw him grab the hammy, and I thought, oh, no. Oh, no. So for him to come out and say cramps, and then Craig Counsell to say after the game that he should be good to go.
Mm-hmm. Thank God.
Wow.
Thank God.
Because they can't afford that.
Mm-hmm. Well,
there are things they can afford. That is not one of them.
I tweeted from CHGO Cubs when he came out. I said from the account, we all need to rally around together and send nothing but good vibes to Shota Imanaga. And
right.
I would like to say that is the reason that it was just leg cramps. So we can all have credit in part of Shota being okay.
Yeah, I saw you going like this with the and like putting it over your head, and I was like, "What is he doing?" And then I thought, "Oh, prayer circle. He's doing a prayer circle."
Yeah,
for Shota to make sure everything.
I was on my knees and everything. I'm just glad that we don't have to sit here and talk about a serious injury potentially, because losing Steele sucks, and having to go through this season without him really sucks. But if you lose Shota Imanaga too, it's you're gonna have a lot of trouble.
Bananas and water. Yeah, Shota, he first of all, it was a really good start for him again. Outside of having to leave early with the cramps, no earned runs, 5+ innings, 6 hits, 3 strikeouts, the 1 walk, and boy, the key was that 5th inning. Getting out of that 5th inning and getting Reynolds loading the bases and getting Reynolds looking.
Mm-hmm. And he
for the 3rd out,
and he I guess it was just below the zone, but like borderline.
It was right on the edge.
He deserved it too because he struck out O'Neal Cruz the at bat before, but he actually walked because the umpire missed the call, and it was probably a better pitch and got more of the strike zone. So he deserved that call, and yeah, no, he was before everything that happened. You know, he was rolling, and it was good to see because his last couple outings, you know, tough teams, tough conditions at Wrigley. Mm-hmm. Go out to PNC Park, play this bad offensive team in the Pirates, and it was almost as if it was a get right start for Shota. So I'm encouraged about it moving forward, just as long as it's just a cramp.
Just a cramp. Mm-hmm. So by the way, if you're watching and not doing this just in podcast form tomorrow, if you're watching this on the live YouTube chat, with the Shota shirts available.
Oh yeah,
right. Go to our website and check that out. The Shota shirt's a pretty nice one. Yeah. In fact, we got some new shirts for the season.
Yeah.
We talked about that a lot at the beginning of the year, but we haven't mentioned it lately. We have the new powder blue one. There's the new series that came out at the beginning of the season. We've got 4 of them. The CHGO baseball one, the hot dog one, the gray shirt with the kind of muscular cub, and then what I like is the late 70s, early 80s powder road blue. Kind of powder blue.
Shout out to Russell.
Popular this year.
Shout out to Russell. I saw at Wrigley Field on Friday. He ended up sitting in our area for Friday 120 Club, but he was wearing the hot dog shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was. Yeah. So
I didn't get that one yet.
It's pretty fresh. So anyway.
So Shota pitches another good game. And, you know, the rumors are still out there, and we'll talk about the guys down at Iowa. I saw another report, somebody saying the Cubs are going to be right in the mix of that Alcantara when it's time for him to get traded.
Where'd you see that?
Yesterday. I can't remember who was. Maybe it was Buster Only. I don't want to say who it was because I don't remember the name. But somebody else, again, put it out there. Like, that will start to heat up, and when it does, the Cubs will be in on it. But Palencia, I thought, you know, my triangle of trust. I think I need to call my graphics person and tell him I think Palencia is in my triangle of trust now. Mm-hmm. You talk about guys needing to step up, right? He didn't make the team, and he's come up. He got his opportunity, and he's done a pretty nice job.
Yeah, I mean the key for Palencia has always been command.
Yes,
and we've said that a lot about a lot of the young relievers, but let's just kind of go through this inning here. And I feel like it was a form of growth because he came in after, like, in an unexpected time because it was right when Shota got hurt.
Shota leaves with the injury. So it's not like he was up and warming up and mentally in it to be coming in the game.
He comes in and, you know, the Cubs at that time, the Cubs are only up 4-0.
Right.
And he comes in and walks the first batter he faces on 4 pitches immediately. But the thing is right after that, he kind of locked in. And I feel like the past Daniel Palencia that we've seen would have unfolded despite being up 4-0. I feel like a previous version of him would have folded. And so I think experience comes with that. I think with confidence it comes with that because he's been pitching well since he got here, right?
Yeah.
I think all of that plays a factor. And he struck out one guy with 100 miles per hour. He just straight up challenged him. Yeah. 100 miles per hour down the middle of the plate, and he froze the guy. And so he's definitely one of the more encouraging things out of the bullpen. And I've always said this about guys like him and Luke Little, like they have the stuff. They have to find a way to have some form of consistent command though.
Yes.
And so you're seeing it with Palencia right now, which is a huge development because if you have him and you have Hodge and you have Merriweather and you have Presley and then maybe Luke Little down the line or maybe, you know, maybe Drew Pomerantz is somehow, you know, turning back the clock the way that he's pitched these last couple hours.
Or has anybody picked up Jesse Chavez yet?
Oh, stop it. You know, the way that, you know, the main guys, Brad Keller, I should throw in Brad Keller too. When you got all those dudes that have pitched in high leverage since the start of the season, and then you add in a Daniel Palencia with that, like it can be a real development. And going into the year, no one really expected much out of Palencia. It was always like it's literally been what I just said. Can he have command? Because if he has command, he's nails. So I think it's just another good step forward for him tonight. It helps when you're up 4-0, no doubt. So I'm not saying he's like, I'm ready to go to the World Series and him be the closer or anything like that. But he has closer potential. And I just think that this season so far, we've seen gradual growth from him compared to years past.
Matthew Gregory, our buddy, says, I don't want to see Turner at DH anymore. If Amaya's behind the plate, DH Kelly.
Yeah.
It's a thought with as hot as he is right now.
Right. It's almost like with how hot he's hitting, it's like you got to ride that wave while you can, It was such a surprise to see him in the 4-hole tonight. Like, how surprised were you when you saw him in the 4-hole? I was shocked. Yeah.
But I'm glad he was there.
Yeah.
I'm glad he was there.
And it'd be interesting to see what the lineup is tomorrow because I would expect Amaya to play tomorrow just because Kelly caught tonight. But maybe. I don't necessarily disagree with Matt.
No, I don't either.
Matt Gregory saying.
But it would be nice to get Turner going the right direction, and the Pirates might be a team before Skeens pitches.
Yeah,
to get that right.
And it also, Seiya is your DH, so Seiya is going to DH, but on days where you're facing a lefty, I guess, and you don't want to, and Counsell doesn't want to play Bush, I think Turner
I'm not playing Kelly over Seiya yet.
Yeah, no, I'm not either. So
more on that, including a look at these guys down on the farm that were really good in the last couple days in just a second. But first, Toyota's got 25 vehicles with available all-wheel drive and four-wheel drive. They have more than any other auto brand. Chicago's weather is brutal, let's face it, but Toyota helps make it easier. From the sleek Camry all-wheel drive to the Corolla Hybrid all-wheel drive, the Tundra is a truck known for its power, durability, and off-road capabilities, perfect for our Chicago weather. Headed to the big game, maybe on a long vacation ride cross-country this summer, the spacious Grand Highlander is a perfect ride with all-wheel drive to keep you and yours safe. So, you bring the action. Toyota's going to bring the traction. Toyota, let's go places. Did I mention that it's a good time to be a diehard?
No.
Listen, we got a lot of sickos out there, and we're proud of them.
We are.
And we think we have more sickos and diehards than any other city in the All-City network. So, we'd like you to prove it. Become a CHGO diehard and upgrade your fandom today. Get access to our exclusive written content, a free t-shirt, plenty of discounts on future merch and events, plus access to our CHGO Discord lounge where we all hang out and talk Chicago sports and so much more. Go to allchgo.com for the latest information on how you can join thousands of CHGO diehards already in our community. We can't wait to connect with you. And by the way, you get the CHGO diehard card, which is instant credibility anywhere you go.
Absolutely. You can, when you come to the event on Saturday in Milwaukee, just slap it down.
Throw it down, and we'll all be impressed.
Yeah. Luke will be shook.
Yes. I will be shook. And also, if you're still signing up for that event, sign up for that. You get the diehard discount.
Yeah. If you haven't signed up and you're a diehard, you get a discount if you come. That's the benefits of being a diehard. All right. Luke, what's your favorite Lucy flavor?
All of them, Cody.
All of them.
Of course.
Well, okay. So, they have different strengths. Like what's, are you
I'm just about the flavors. I'm not about strength. I've never been about strength.
All right.
Always about flavor.
It sounds like I'm
a flavor guy.
You're right down the middle in terms of strength. That's what it sounds like to me. Same here. Sometimes I need Lucy whenever the Cubs are in a tight game and I just need some sort of relief because the Cubs are either finding a way to lose a game or maybe they find a way to win a game, but it's just a really tough path to get there. And Lucy helps me get through those times, all right? So you too can get Lucy and you can use it during a Cubs game if you need to. All you got to do is level up your nicotine routine with Lucy. Go to lucy.co/CHGO and use promo code CHGO2025 to get 20% off your first order Lucy has a 30-day refund policy if you change your mind. Again, that's lucy.co and use code CHGO2025 to get 20% off. And here comes the fine print, Luke. Lucy products are only for adults of legal age, and every order is age verified. Warning, this product contains nicotine. Nicotine is an addictive chemical.
Cubs win 9-0, 4 home runs for the offense. Shota Imanaga, a nice outing, left with leg cramps. I see Shy Sports Fan says, more sickos and diehards. Is there a Los Angeles or a New York? Then obviously, yes, CHGO is going to be more. No. I'm saying I think we have more diehard fans in our city than any other sports town. I don't know that we actually have more diehard memberships than Denver. They've been around like 4 years more.
Yeah.
There is a Philly. There is a Denver. There is a Phoenix.
And a Dallas.
So there's probably a lot of Cowboy sickos out there.
But Chicago's different. I would like to believe that we're more than all of them.
No, our city has the most diehard sports fans around. Specifically, you can just start with the Cubs. When you go 108 years without winning and people stick around and fill the ballpark, you're diehard.
Yes.
And you're also a little sicko.
Yes, absolutely.
But I would like to see those diehards turn into CHGO diehards.
Birdie 28. Energy at PNC Park was as electric as a saltine cracker.
Hey, don't knock a good saltine cracker. Throw a little cheese or peanut butter on that bad boy. Huh?
Yeah. Do you put crackers in your soup?
Oh, yes. And
saltine crackers are the ones.
Only saltine crackers.
Only
Saltine crackers.
Or like the oyster crackers? Which are basically saltine crackers in circle form?
Yeah, a thicker soup, I will go with an oyster cracker. But I usually just like to break up the saltine crackers and then also have some crackers with some cheese on them.
Okay.
A little cheddar cheese, maybe a little Merck's cheese spread.
Not against it.
I always like a little cheese and crackers with my soup, especially chicken noodle. Barb is wanting to know what Braggs thinks of the draft. Let's move on, Barb.
Barb is such a wild card.
So the Reds started the day 1 game behind the Cubs, and we talked a lot about this yesterday, that this was the beginning of division play, and the Cubs need to play well against the division because they had a losing record against what was clearly the worst division in the National League last year.
Yes.
And you can't have a losing record against your own division when it's the worst division and hope to make the playoffs. So feast on your division this year.
Yes.
You don't play them as much as you used to play them, but when you play, you got to be better than 7-6 against the Pirates.
They were, they were 7-6.
They were 7-6 against the Pirates, but they were
23-29
against the division.
Yeah.
That's not good enough.
Right.
And that's why they finished 10 games behind the Brewers. So this is a nice start. This is a nice start to division play. It's really weird to start that 30 games into the season. We have one more day left in April baseball. And what are we? They're 18-12 now?
Yes.
If you'd have told me 18-12 with one more game left in April, I would have run to the bank.
It's a massive W. Massive W.
And now here comes division play. Now don't let down with the division here. Now, also, the Cubs have done this with a season-ending injury to Justin Steele.
Yeah.
With a slow start and a demotion for Matt Shaw back to AAA. So what's going on? We've been asking, and there have been some bumps in the road for other things, including the bullpen. What's going on at Iowa? Iowa's ranked as like the most talented farm system team in minor league baseball. There's the most talent on the Iowa Cubs of any team.
Mm-hmm.
They're pretty good tonight. Cade Horton's a guy we keep waiting to see. Like, when's it going to happen? Craig Counsell said last week, nah, we're in no rush. Our starters are doing a good job, and we want him to have a foundation of good health and a foundation of success at that level. And we want to see certain things because he'll be able to do things at AAA that he will quickly learn he can't get away with at the major league level. But tonight, 6 innings, 3 hits, 1 walk. That's one of the things they want to keep an eye on. Right. Just 1 walk, and his ERA now down to 1.17. According to Tommy Birch, he hit 97.2 twice on the radar, 9 whiffs, 5 on the fastball, 4 on the slider. okay, that's the first guy down on the farm to keep watching, and that is a great sign.
Mm-hmm.
Whether that's going to play as a starter or a bullpen, I like what I'm seeing, and I like the foundation, as Craig Counsell calls it, that he is starting to build.
Yeah. I every day we come on here, people are asking us in the chat about Cade Horton and when are we going to call him up and this and that. And I've consistently said that the longer Cade Horton stays in Iowa, it's better for the Cubs long term. And I say that only because.
Can I put an asterisk to that?
Sure.
The longer he stays in Iowa, the better it is for the Cubs, as long as he's pitching really well.
Right.
You know?
Yes.
I don't want him struggling at Iowa and
right,
staying
right.
there for that reason.
It's not that I want him to stay in Iowa because of him struggling or whatever. It's more about the fact that if he stays in Iowa, that means you're getting good starting pitching and your bullpen is solid and you're not calling him up in some desperation situation. That's the point. And I think if I didn't think there was going to be some form of an innings limit on him this year, I would be more like a lot of the chat and people on social media who ask me about him and be like, call him up tomorrow. You know, like my heart of hearts, my fandom inside me is like, yeah, call Cade up tomorrow. He should have been up last year if he didn't get hurt. You know, I just think it's great to see. It's great to see that he is pitching well in Iowa and coming off the injury. And not only is he pitching well, but he looks dominant based off the numbers that are out there. And, you know, he can be a real weapon for the Cubs this season. I don't know in what form, which one he'll be better in, but all I know is that he can be one of those added bonuses that come up and kind of, you know, let's look at projections, right?
Yeah.
Go. If you go back to the beginning of the season, you know, Pacoda projected them for 91 wins. Vegas had them at 85.5, whatever. If a Cade Horton comes up, go with 85.5. If a Cade Horton comes up and gives you, you know, really good production, even better production than what the projection systems think, that can add to your win total if he's that good, you know? And so as long as he's coming up in a situation where there isn't pressure on him to be that guy right away, then you're in a really good situation with him because he is a pitcher, and that means that there's likely to be some form of a roller coaster. We've seen it with Ben Brown.
Sure.
Ben Brown, 7 no-hit innings in Milwaukee last year, 6 innings of great ball in Los Angeles this year, but his last 2 starts, not going deep and going up against, you know, teams that aren't as good as the Dodgers, in my opinion, and struggling, you know. So those teams are still good. But the point is with every young player, there's always it's never straight up or straight down. I feel like it's a little bit of everything. So the more likelihood of him coming up in a low pressure situation and he can just find a way to help the team, the better.
Well, you know, I mean, the one walk thing is great tonight in 6 innings. The ERA is great, but the one walk thing is really good because he can get away with walks at AAA right now because he's better than a lot of the players that are at AAA.
True.
But he won't get away with those walks to major league level against teams like the Mets and the Dodgers and the Padres and the Braves. You know what I mean? Like he probably won't get away with it. So that's great to see. That's something he's working on. Mm-hmm. And for everyone that's crying for him to make that next start, just remember that right now it'd probably be Ben Brown going down.
Yeah.
If
probably.
he came up, I would think Ben Brown would be the guy going back to Iowa. So are you ready to give up on Ben Brown, or do you want to see a few more starts there before you bring Cade Horton up? Because I think that's what would happen right now. If the Cubs had to make a decision and they said, Horton's got to pitch this game, and it's not a doubleheader, he's got to take this next start in the rotation, I kind of think it would be Ben Brown's spot because they haven't been super pleased with his inconsistency. He's not going to take Colin Ray's spot.
Yeah. But that's the way that you're asking it. It is. I do find it interesting because then I look at the bullpen. I'm like, is there someone that they could option to Iowa and you could just
move it around a little bit? Yeah, maybe
you could always put.
But I bet you if they were forced into that decision today, that they would say Brown could use a little work to get right.
Yeah, and he has options.
Iowa. Yeah,
so it makes it easy, right?
We'll talk about the other guy that did really well. 3 other guys did really well for Iowa tonight in just a second.
To answer your question,
are you ready to give up on Brown?
I'm not ready to give up on Brown.
No, I'm not either. No. And so I'd like to see Cade Horton just keep feasting at AAA until he's ready to explode, and force the narrative.
So this weekend we're going to Milwaukee. The Cubs are going to Milwaukee, and you could be coming with us.
Yes.
All right. Kick off the summer with the CHGO Cubs crew. Me, Luke, and Corey taking the party north to the border battle with the Milwaukee Brewers. It's all going down Saturday, May 3rd at Potawatomi Casino and Hotel in Milwaukee. That's such a tongue twister.
Is Braggs going?
I don't think Braggs is going.
Braggs is not in this
Braggs
time.
is not going, no. So, as we've discussed the last couple weeks about this event, it's an exclusive pregame party in a private room at the casino. We're going to do a live CHGO Cubs pregame show. You guys can hang out with us, talk baseball, ask Luke about all his great food takes, and ask me about all my bad baseball takes.
Cops custard, hit it on the way up and the way home.
Including there's buffet lunch, and you get drink tickets as well for this event. And the biggest thing, in my opinion, because I'm a degenerate, is if you're 21 or older, you get $100 in casino play with the Potawatomi rewards card. So it's $50 for the base event. You spend $50 to come, you get the $100 in casino play, you get the buffet, you get the drink tickets, you get to hang out with me and Luke, check out the live pregame show with me, Luke, and Corey. And yeah, who knows? Maybe you win big on the slots, and you're going home with more money than you spent to even come. But you can also go to the game with us. I think it's $75 to sit with us. I believe our seats are in the 200 section. We're staying as far away from the escalators as we can.
Yes.
And if you're like me and you just don't want to drive home late, you can get the hotel for $275. Of course, those are cheaper if you are a diehard, but those are the base prices for if you're not. So all I know is that this is probably one of my favorite events that we've done or going to do in our 3.5 years of existence. So come experience it with us. And if the Cubs, imagine if the Cubs sweep the series against the Pirates, or even if they win 2-3, but if they sweep the series, the vibes are going to be so high going into the weekend in Milwaukee. So you're not going to want to miss it. The pregame show is going to be awesome. And, come win some money at the casino, hang out. And I believe I learned today there looks like there's going to be a shuttle from the casino to the ballpark. So,
nice.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if anybody out there I know Kevin Wells has been there. Has anybody been there and had the buffet? I want to prepare my stomach for what I will gorge on at the lunch buffet before the hour-long pregame show that we're going to do.
Oh, yeah. I'm getting
I got to be careful. I don't want to overdo it, so I'm just uncomfortable the entire show.
Fair enough.
I'm Googling the Potawatomi Casino, the buffet, it says. Now, this just looks like a menu for the restaurant. If this stuff is all on the buffet, I will not make it to the game.
We'll be carrying Luke Stuckmeyer.
It's talking about shrimp cocktails, cheese sticks, quesadillas, nachos, pizza, onion rings. Then they have fire pit, buffalo meat, chili, soup of the day, salads. This can't all be in the buffet, right?
Who knows?
They've got burgers, cheeseburgers, pit burger, Blue Moon burger, patty melt, fire pit, buffalo burger, bagel burger, blackjack burger. And by the way, if you come back after the game and you're staying at the hotel, you do the add-on, I see that the Saturday night dinner special is prime rib, garlic mashed red potatoes, and au jus. Hello.
You get Luke
desserts,
about
carrot
food,
cake sundae, dessert nachos, the wicked brownie, the caramel apple cheesecake.
Luke is going to have a time on Saturday. Woo! You don't want to miss it. Don't want to miss it.
Boy, like I said, I might have to take the escalator just to get up the stairs.
AllCHGO.com/events. Should be the very first thing when you go to the calendar. So come join us. It's going to be a lot of fun.
I digress. I got carried away, and I still have another ad read. Our friends at Shady Rays are helping you get in the right frame of mind with their premium polarized shades. 5 stars by over 300,000 people that have rated them. Their sunglasses have durable frames, crystal clear optics, making them the perfect choice for all outdoor adventures. So many colors to choose from. Your favorite team's colors. If they ever go missing those shades, take an unexpected hit, don't sweat it. They have the most insane protection in all of eyewear. Every pair is backed by lost or broken replacements. You don't love your shades? Exchange them for a new pair or return them worry-free within 30 days. There's no risk when you shop there. CHGO viewers and listeners, go to shadyrays.com. Have a great time picking out your shades and get 35% off your polarized sunglasses with the code CHGO. Over 300,000 people have rated Shady Rays 5 stars, so use the code CHGO today at shadyrays.com.
I can't remember.
Keep forgetting to place an order. I've got an order to go.
I can't remember if it was someone who DM'd me on social media or maybe it was a text from a friend. Someone asked me about the code Shady Rays. So CHGO. The sunglasses are awesome.
Just CHGO.
I've been wearing them in the bleachers this summer so far, or this spring, I guess you could say.
Patty Nort's getting into a little sweat over there. He says, I can only take so much of
you
that.
Listing the entire menu. Yeah. He says that his mouth is watering. So is mine.
Let me go back. The desserts again. Carrot cake,
oh,
a sundae.
Goodness.
The sundae
Look
comes
at what
with
you did,
fudge,
Patrick.
caramel, whipped cream. Hold the pecans, please. Dessert nachos. What's on the dessert? I got to put my glasses on for this real quick, just in case somebody were to want to order this. Cinnamon tortilla crisps with ice cream, fresh strawberries, hot fudge, and caramel topped with whipped cream.
Oh, gosh. Sean says that he's going to go if Gary Ross gives him a ride. Gary Ross, it is your duty to get Sean Caselli to Milwaukee.
Yes, and the prime rib, Craig, comes with au jus.
Au jus. I can't say it like you do. Anyway.
Let me tell you. And then, again, if you can hit COPS, KOPPS, on the way up and the way back, complete your trip of gorging.
Come back 20 pounds heavier. Let's go. Let's go.
Evil Waxes sounds delicious. Listen, I'm not guaranteeing all that stuff's going to be available. That's just on an online menu I saw. I don't know what's in the lunch buffet that we're getting.
Yeah. We're all going to find out together, though.
But we're going to find out. And I just hope some of those things are on there.
We got 200 people watching, which means all 200 people are probably, their mouths are probably watering after you named everything.
Yeah, well, I mean, the baseline deal for this trip that we're selling right now, and there's only a couple tickets left, is $50.
Yeah, it's $50.
$50 gets you that lunch buffet, drink tickets, and $100 in casino play if you're 21 and older. And you get to come into the private room and watch the pregame show.
Yeah.
Then you can add on the tickets in the hotel or vice versa if you want.
Exactly. Unrelated to all the great food that we'll be eating this weekend, Birdie28 mentions in the chat, the Cubs, 37 at bats today, 0 strikeouts.
Yeah, I like that.
First time they haven't struck out in an entire game since 2013. According to our friends over at Just
2013?
Baseball. Since 2013. According to our friends over at Just Baseball.
Which just doesn't happen in baseball very much anymore.
Yeah.
Dare we say the Cubs were feasting on the Pirates pitching tonight.
Yeah.
4 home runs. Dansby Swanson moved all the way down to number 8. That home run had to feel good.
Oh, yeah.
Had to feel good for him. The game was out of hand already, but
we kind of talked about Carson Kelly moving up to the 4-hole. Dansby Swanson moving down to the 8-hole. I think we were a little past due, but just happy to see that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, this team will go as far as it possibly can if Dansby is just being competent as an offensive hitter. He started the first 15 games of the year, I believe. He was pretty good.
Yeah. We were talking about what a difference being healthy makes.
Yeah, he was hitting the ball hard. He was hitting on a line. He was hitting it in the air. Not as many ground balls. Last year, he had a career high in ground ball rate. And, of course, after I make a short and we put it up on the YouTube channel, he starts to slump. So you want to blame me, blame me. All right? Everyone likes to point out when I'm wrong about things. You can blame me for Dansby slumping, okay? No more shorts on Dansby Swanson's offense this year.
No.
But before the game, Craig Counsell's had an interesting quote, I thought, related to Dansby. And it was from the marquee broadcast. I'm finding it right now. I'm scrolling. Here it is. Okay. Dansby is an offensive player who's like on the far end of streakiness. It's just kind of who he is as a hitter. He's in a little bit of one of those ruts right now. The good stretches, then he can. There's good stretches, then he can carry a team for 10 or so days and be the best offensive player. That's just where we are right now. He'll get out of it. His defense has been phenomenal and exceptional. Try to get him into one of those. We're trying to get him into one of those good stretches. So I think moving him down the A-hole certainly takes some pressure off. And also it's kind of a wake-up call too. It's like, dude knows that he hasn't been hitting well. You get him put all the way down to the 8-hole and you're one of the highest paid players on the team. Like, as a human, I would feel a little embarrassed about it.
Yeah, the radio broadcast was talking about he's had some bad luck.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that, but I also appreciate that he was, if you're hitting like a $171 again with runners in scoring position, and all these guys are getting on base in front of him, somebody else has to have that opportunity until he gets it right. Now, if you'd have told me he's going to have 5 home runs in April, I would have said, well, that sounds like a pretty good month. They've all been solo homers. They've just come at the wrong, quote-unquote, wrong time. You'd rather have somebody on base. And he was only batting like 173 or so. He was below 200. So
he's had good games. There was a game against the Rangers when the Rangers came to Wrigley. He had 4 RBIs in that game. I think that included one of those solo home runs. But I think ever since that game, that's when he started trending down. And maybe that's when some of that bad luck started getting involved. But, as we've talked about before with Dansby, he's you say he's kind of polarizing because he's one of the highest paid players on the team. And, a lot of people think he's not worth the money, even though in today's market, he's certainly worth the money. As far as value, he's definitely he's at a higher WAR than both Trey Turner and Xander Bogaerts and Carlos Correa since their free agency. And the Cubs got Swanson for the cheapest, and you've gotten more value out of him. The defense has still been great. I would like for him to hit more, but if you just look at Dansby Swanson's baseball card, this is what he is. He's always been a streaky hitter.
I have no regrets about his deal. Like I just did the short on our new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel, which you should subscribe and also like. But I just did the short about the Bryce Harper thing and how the Cubs don't make the mistake. Bryce Harper wanted to come here. It was $25 million a year, and that's basically exactly what you ended up paying several years later, $25 million a year to Dansby Swanson. I don't regret that either. And they won't regret it with Tucker. Dansby is exactly what you want at shortstop. He's a great defender. Would I like a little more power? Well, guys, he's got 5 home runs this month.
Yeah.
I know he's not hitting. He's not. But if he ends up with 25 home runs at the end of the season and he plays great defense and the rest of the offense rolls like this, you won't care that much.
Yeah.
You just won't, especially if he's batting 8th.
Right.
Because you didn't have PCA doing what he's doing now all of last year, so that changes the lineup. You didn't have Kyle Tucker.
He's got to hit above the Mendoza line for sure.
Yes, he's got to hit better than what he's been hitting right now. But I'm just saying, the home run thing at least shows you that there is some hope. He has hit 5 home runs.
Yeah. And it took him a long time to get to 5 home runs last year, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Before we started talking about the big trip coming up on Saturday, we talked about Cade Horton. I said there's another pitcher that's doing well, Tyson Miller in his rehab start. Tyson Miller, scoreless 7th inning. He's gone 5 1/3 innings now with no runs during that rehab stint. Tyson Miller was a contributor last year in the bullpen. And if somebody starts to wobble a little bit in the bullpen, even if somebody doesn't, if somebody's overworked, I think it's time to start to see Tyson Miller pretty soon for me.
Who are we sending down?
I don't know. I'm just saying somebody pitches 2 games in a row and they've got options and you need somebody to come up and the bullpen was taxed one day, send him down, bring back Tyson Miller. If somebody struggles, sure, fine. Matt Shaw, 3 for 4, multi-hit games in 3 straight games, and Mo Baller, a 15-game hitting streak with a .414 batting average. We just give you 4 names that sounds like guys are doing pretty well. Matt Shaw, that's what you really want to see.
Yeah.
I mean, of the importance on that list, Horton's near the top, but Matt Shaw is the top.
Yeah, he started like 1 for 15 in his first couple games back at Iowa. It looks like he's starting to get it going a little bit, and that's good news. I said when he got sent down that I don't necessarily care too much about results. I cared about if they're going to change his stance or his swing or any of that. Based on some of the highlights, it doesn't look like any of that has changed. So maybe they were pretty honest with us in saying that they just want him to go get his confidence back and get back to driving the ball. So, yeah, I still think mid-May is a good date. Like right around May 12th, they have the Rockies, the White Sox, those type of teams.
No, I'd like to see that.
Yeah, like I think right around then would be good. So if John Birdie can hold it down at third base for a while, great. Or whoever, I would like to see Brujan a little bit more, but whatever. Birdie is at least giving you some consistent defense.
According to Brujan, according to Ian Happ, it is Brujan that started the Raise the Roof, bringing that back.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
And he started the Raise the Roof.
We'll remember that when we talk about
there's
this
that
team
contribution.
in 10 years. Yeah.
And maybe it was Sammy that told him, listen, you got to hit home runs and you got to raise the roof.
You got to raise the roof.
Because it's about the same era. Yeah. I don't know. Tomorrow, Matthew Boyd, real quick. What do you expect to see from Matthew Boyd? I hope more good things.
Yeah,
especially against this Pirates offense.
Keep it rolling and attack. Don't walk guys. I think that if there's anything to criticize Boyd over his first month with the Cubs is he's had some outings where he's walked 2 or 3 guys, and that leads to him not going as deep in the game as you feel like he could based off the results he's getting. So I'd like to see him not walk anyone. And yeah, just attack these hitters, because outside of O'Neal Cruz, no one's really doing anything for them right now. I mean, watching this Pirates offense tonight, whether it was with Shota out there or whether it was Palencia or they just all look very lost. And if O'Neal Cruz is going to lead off the game and you get past him without any damage, like, you have a good shot to get by. And this could be a situation of maybe you're getting the Pirates at the right time. Maybe they'll hit a little bit better as the season goes along, but man, they just look dead out there on offense right now.
Birdie says big baller Boyd is going to feast. I hope you're right about that. We'll be back here tomorrow with another hour-long post-game show after hopefully another Cubs win, locking up a series win to start division play. That's what we're hoping for. Make sure you hit the like button on the way out.
Yes.
Subscribe to the new CHGO Cubs YouTube channel. And to the one person that gave us a thumbs down, you, sir or ma'am, are a loser. Loser. Thanks for checking out the CHGO Cubs podcast presented by Toyota and Bet365. Cubs win 9-0. Fly the W. We're back tomorrow.
We all silly like the mayor.